I created this for a hoop piece, which is my happy place working with Circus. I worked with the woodland folk for 10 years working in circuses and woodlands. Bookie Hole's got a big circus. I think there's circus in my DNA. It happened like this. Once upon a time, my father ruled the realm. He was king of the seas. He ruled all lands that were water. And I trusted him. So when he told me that I needed to stay in my bubble, to never leave, and if I stepped outside even for a moment, I would be in grave danger, peril. When he smiled at me, looking at me with those large blue eyes, I believed him. It was lovely in my tiny home. I had everything I needed. I was happy in there most of the time. It was made of the finest crystal and would trill as it moved through the water. The light would catch the rainbows and would cast all around. But all the time I was growing, limbs lengthening, shoulders widening, hips curving. It was starting to become a squash. Why couldn't I just fit into this perfect home that my father had made for me? Why couldn't I fit neatly inside this beautiful cage where I would be so safe? My body would not behave. I jutted and angled, poked and pressed until one day the bubble burst. It shattered all around me. I rose up, 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 too afraid to breathe. If I breathed once, would it be my last? Would this water in my lungs drown me? But I felt lighter too, as I flowed up towards the light. The ceiling was made of glass. I nearly made it, and I began to sink down, deepening down. The depth of me. It felt so good to have my own rhythm and flow. I had to breathe. I could wait no longer. I had to inspire, even if it meant I would expire. I breathed it all in, water in my body, in this underwater realm I'd always belonged to. In the end, it all just flowed. I became one with the water, the deep blue. I was like a fish in water. I swam in the ambiotic fluid of myself. I was birthing in every moment. I went from being guarded to guided. I was already queen when he saw me. He looked tired. So I wrote that for my friend Jess. She was in this beautiful hoop. She had this beautiful hoop piece with big bubbles and some gorgeous tinkly music. But actually my grandmother died just before the show and I couldn't do it. So my friend's daughter, Frida, who is 11, she read it and I heard she did a brilliant job. So thank you, Frida, for stepping in.